Hi, it's Wednesday night, the 28th of October, and day 302 of my journey to business alignment. And as I continue living the dream, I find that the days get more and more exciting day in and day out. My power statement I wrote down last night said, today I'll check in with Kasif to see if he's going to be able to finish the Ask Coach B task today. But in the meantime, I'm still keeping going, doing the tasks that are on my master task list. Check, check, check. So here's what I had for Wednesday's to-do list right there. Got them done. My most important task for today was to continue to do as many tasks on my master task list that I can get done today. And I worked right up to the time I went down and said, she's home. My fun task for today was to review and update the list of Ontoport's tasks that I'm expecting to get done with them as soon, and then I'll be able to launch the website. And then my most exciting task for today was to come up with the office and come up here and contact Fahad and go over our plan for Ontoport and see if I've missed anything, because he's going to be doing most of the work to integrate that, following the documents I get from them. And touching base with Kashif this morning, he said things are moving along really well. He is working to set things up in the back end of WordPress, where he's got a post there that all the question data and information is going to earn the answers that I type in when I get the email, and they're going to be stored there and then show up on the website. So he's moving things along, but said it would take until Friday before he's done with this task. We'll see if it goes a little bit further. I hope not. Fahad said things are ready to go with Ontoport, so it was good to talk with him about that. And so we're just waiting for Kashif to get things up and done, and then we'll get on with contacting Ontoport and get all the membership set up and the emails working and the forms working and all my special email follow-up auto responses and that kind of thing built in their system. Now I want to go over the end of the day success routine questions. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today, or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Check. Did you start your morning with power? Man, it felt so good putting that cold blast of water on my head and rinsing my water in my hair and drying it off and brushing my teeth and then going and making the bed and then coming down and reading the Win the Morning, Win the Day routine. It starts with such power. Were you productive throughout your day? All day, day after day I do this. I work at it. I check and what up and get it done. Did you get the most important things done? You saw I did. Did you move your goals forward? Pieces through the portal of my mind is the world of the physical. So exciting. Such a marvelous process. Did you show up as the person you wanted to? I showed up as a person that would serve the best me and the better me today. I did. What about your personal time with Kathleen? For a Wednesday night, we had a lovely evening. It was wonderful. We watched a fun movie last night together, held hands and all that stuff. It's just great. She was present for me and I was present for her. Okay, my end of the day question says, were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your promises that you made to yourself this morning? Well, this morning I promised that I would make contact with Kashif and get an update, and I promised myself that I would focus on getting as many tasks done and check them off my master task list as soon as possible, one by one, and that's what I did all day long today. Bam, done. Way to go, Marty. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new movies that your two amigos pulled onto the screen of your mind today? In other words, did you make any new movies, and what were they about? Well, after I watched my must-see TV favorite 5 movies, which, as you know, is my Hawaii, Kathleen retired, all kind of thing. My vision, which my trike and drone and travel and having fun. My interviews with folks, my coaching with folks, and my mastermind. Those are the 5 movies that I watch in every day. Well, I finished my Win the Morning, Win the Day routine and went right up to the office so I could get after all that I have to get done to get ready to launch my website. It's a big list, but I'm working through it. It is made up of 3 separate lists, really, but I'm prioritizing them as I go, one from here and one from there, and checking out, writing it down, and getting it done. My next question says, what's the one thing that would make all the difference going forward? In other words, what one thing can I do better starting tomorrow? Even if the day goes sideways, getting it done, I'd still feel like a success. What would that one thing be now? Put into a power statement. Well, my power statement for this morning simply said, finish the master task list as well as other 2 lists I still have. Focus on that. Focus on that. The next part of my end of the day success routine is to ask myself, were there any mistakes or failures that I made today that I can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, because I am just working through getting tasks done that are on the master task list, as well as the other two lists I mentioned, it's just a matter of me prioritizing the tasks and getting after them each day and working as long and as hard as I can till the end of the day. And that's what I've been doing. So I could make a mistake in the prioritizing, but so far it hasn't shown delay of anything. I'm getting things done. So no, I didn't make any mistakes today that I can turn into a tool of success, nor did I fail at anything. So the next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well? Well, my biggest success that I achieved today is that I have prepared very well for what we need to get done on the entrepreneur side. That piece of integration we're going to do there. I have a list in order of their priorities, and Fahad has looked it over and he says it's ready to go. So I'm very excited about calling them and moving forward with their piece of this unique puzzle we've been putting together. Continue with the end of the day success routine. Okay, I now need to rate my day's effort. And as I look back on today's effort, I decided to give it a 10. And that's simply because I worked at the speed of 10 all day long. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says leaders are those individuals who live by empowering beliefs and teach others to tap their full capabilities by shifting the beliefs that have been limiting to them. In other words, they identify what those limiting beliefs are and replace that old story with a new one, new mapping, so they can get after it. That's what a true leader does. When a person makes a real committed decision, one who's committed at the deepest level, will most definitely influence others. Having a passionate, deeply rooted conviction drives one to do all they can to influence as many people as they possibly can. In other words, there is no limit to the lengths they will go to get the job done and helping others do the same. A true leader assists their followers in holding themselves to a higher standard. Number one, I've talked about these three things earlier on. The true leader assists their followers in holding themselves to a higher standard. They assist them in adopting new, empowering beliefs that enable them to break through their old limitations. And lastly, they back all of this up with specific skills and strategies necessary for a lifelong life of success. These principles lead to the next thing I'm grateful for, the law of destiny, which says society may predict, but only the individual determines their destiny. Through their thoughts. Oh man. The fact is, there is a power inside of each of us. I call it the plus factor, and it needs to be awakened. This plus factor starts with the capability to make conscious decisions that shape our destiny. But there is one core belief that we must explore and resolve, and this belief can be found in our answer to this question. Can change happen in an instant, in a billionth of a vote? We're going to talk about that. Next, I'm grateful for Paul of Tarsus, who taught, "Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye." To be able to help people change, one has to be able to change themselves. One needs to learn how to shift their own behavior and emotions before they can help others do the same. Change their own thinking, which changes their feelings, which produces behavior and actions, which produces results. Right thinking. This is what I am going to spend some time on over the next several nights going forward. I look so forward to it. I hope you do too. Once again, it's that time of night where I'm already getting tired. I'm sleepy. I'm stumbling a little bit here and there. And that's okay. That's what you do when you do it at 10:30 at night. So, until we meet again right here at my laptop tomorrow night, I wish you continued success and good night.